Since making these changes in my business, I am now clearing over $10,000 net every month reselling online. I'm going to show you how I'm doing it, so just stay tuned. Okay guys, so what we're looking at here is numbers on eBay for the month of October. Today's the 25th and we're at $83.92 net on eBay, and then we have an additional, what's that, $1,100 something dollars or so on Poshmark, which brings the total to $9,500 right now so far for the month. Now I got what, 6 days left in this month to generate as many sales as possible, which will then get me over the $10,000 a month mark net. Right now I still do have to take out what, $1.54 times however many items I sold over the month, so there will be a little bit more money to come out of the net. But with this being said, this is the best that I've been doing on eBay ever, honestly. I showed you guys last night, if you didn't watch, my number breakdown each month on my live stream last night, Tuesday the 24th, right? So on that live stream I showed you guys the number of items I had to sell to gross the amount of money that I grossed, and then how much money I netted off each one of those months on an individual basis from January all the way down to now. And I had one month that I sold almost $19,000 worth of inventory. Had to sell like 910 items. I'm freestyling off the top of my head right now. I think it was 910 items, and I only did 8,500 items, or $8,500 net, right? So that's 300-ish or so more items. I think right now at my 31-day total, I'm at 582 items sold for the month. So my numbers of items being moved out the door is down significantly, but the number of items that, or the money that I'm making off the items, is up drastically. So 83.92 or 84.90, whatever it is that I just showed you guys, is pretty great considering the fact that I'm doing, I want to say it's about 40% less work than what I was doing. Probably about 50% less work, because instead of working 7 days a week, I'm only working 3 days a week now. So that's over half the time off. So I'd say 60-40 split. So that's in my favor. So that's one of the things that I've been doing to generate more net at the end of the day. And I know somebody's going to come in here and find some other magical fees or something to throw at it and be like, well, you're not really doing this and doing that because of this. And at the end of the day, guys, it's all semantics. My point is, with the 10K a month net going into my bank account, that's comfortable money, right? And my heart is for everybody to be doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Whether it's 5 a day, 10 a day, 15 a day, I want you guys to be maximizing the amount of money you can make off those items. And so let me show you what some of the items that I'm selling are. And I didn't have a great day of sales yesterday. Let's look at the numbers real quick. So on eBay, we got 16 orders going out for $410. And then on Poshmark, I got a few sales going out as well. Let's check here real quick. Poshmark, I got $69 of sales today and $13 of sales yesterday, so a total of about $84 going out today on Poshmark. So not the greatest of days yesterday. Hopefully we can turn it around today, but it's not looking so promising. At the end of the day, it's, you know, not going to make or break me. I'm just going to rock it out, you know what I mean? What else can I do? Just keep moving. So the first item going out the door is going to be, we got this express button-up shirt, men's size medium, sold for $10. Had it listed for $15. Got an Eddie Bauer women's flannel shirt. This also sold for $10. It's a women's small with a buffalo plaid. That sold for $10. It was listed for $15. We got here a Jordan brand shirt, just a Nike Flight shirt, sold for $10. That's a men's medium. Then here we have a vintage Fruit of the Loom men's medium, just a blank sweatshirt, nothing special. Sold for a best offer of 18 bucks. I had that listed for 25 and I took an offer because, like I said, not the greatest of sales days yesterday, so why hang on to it? So I've just spent a couple of hours, probably an hour and a half to be honest, going to a couple of thrift stores locally to me, and just going around trying to find some items to supplement the items that I'm not getting at the bins. And I did fair. I got a couple of vintage blank Lee sports sweatshirts, go for about $20-25, or maybe 18 like you saw. Spent like $3 a piece on those. Got a couple of different soccer jerseys, got some jackets, vintage jackets made in the USA, a couple of things like that, just to supplement the items that I'm not getting at the bins. And what I'm finding is like, at least for my Goodwill, they're charging like $20 for Levi's, $9 to $10 for like Wrangler jeans and just basic stuff like that. But I did find a bunch of Wrangler, like the Rancher, like polyester type pants that they had in the 70s. I found a bunch of those made in the USA for $5. So I bought every single one of those. There was like 5 or 6 of them, and those will go for a decent amount of money for the amount of money that I paid for them. So that's the type of thing that I'm doing right now, just to supplement sourcing in between binge trips, to try to keep this ASP climbing up in the right direction, because the amount of work that I'm putting in, I want it to count. Since it's not like 14 hours a day anymore, I want it to count. So that's another thing that's going to help you guys maximize the amount of money that you're bringing home, is if you're actually putting items in your store that sell for good amounts of money. Let's not continue to put $12 items in our store and then expect to not have to work hard listing hundreds of those types of items in a week, right? Because when you're putting a $12 item in your store, say that's all you list, how many of those items are you going to have to list to make like 4K a week? You're going to have to list a boatload of them, right? Versus listing items that sell for $50. How many of those are you going to have to sell a week to make 4K? Not that much. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, you're still going to have to do a substantial amount of work, but it's a fraction of the amount of time that you would spend. And I'm speaking from experience, guys. I'm speaking from going from 90 a day, listing 50 of those, to doing 93 days a week, listing 30 of those. And I tell you, it's much better to do it the way that I'm doing it now. Much less work, way less stressful. And it's just, you know, you get this breezy sense of attitude, you know, like this is a cakewalk, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to belittle it or downplay none, because it's still a grind. It's still working, you know what I mean? Because I'm still doing 90 in 3 days a week, you know what I mean? So those days are kind of long, you know, especially on days where I'm doing stuff like this, like filming a video, doing coaching calls, answering questions for members of the Patreon, because that's what they pay me for. They pay me for access. So if you ask a question, I have to answer it, you know what I mean? So all that stuff adds up, and then I still have to focus enough attention to take the 90 sets of photos every day and list my items. So I want to make all that time count and generate the most positive results for me at the end of the day, after all my efforts have been put in. Got a PGA, just a golf shirt, t-shirt, not a polo shirt, men's medium, sold for $12. We have this Orange Theory. I think, and I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that this is like a running brand, a brand that's based off like marathons or something like that. But don't quote me on that, because I'm not 100% sure. But that sweatshirt sold for $20. It's a men's medium, no, men's extra large, sorry about that. Got these Polo Ralph Lauren straight leg sweatpants, sold for a best offer of $22. I had them listed for $30. Took the offer. Men's 3XL. This is something that, you know, it's St. Louis adjacent. St. Louis University High School hockey team sweatshirt from 2013. Just a simple hoodie on a Gildan tag. That sold for a best offer of $20. Men's medium. And then these I pick up every time I see them. Sometimes they sell for more, sometimes they don't, but these are American Eagle cargo shorts. They are a men's 36, and I took a best offer of $20 on these. Pretty decent sell. And I'm just trying to get as many of these listed now as I can before the summertime gets here, because when summertime comes, everybody's going to be grabbing these at the bins. So I need to be trying to grab as many of them as I can now that are in good condition, so that way I got a bunch listed for when the springtime and the summertime rolls around, so I can keep my ASP up high enough. So another thing that I've been doing, and I don't recommend everybody do this, right? If you're going to do it, try it on a small sample size and see how it affects your metrics. But I have not been running the markdown sale. I also have not been running the 20% off coupon that I've been running for 2 years now. And since I've done this, the coupon expired in August. August 31st was the last day that I did it. So we're almost 2 months in now, and my sales have not slowed down. Okay, so here we are with the month of sales. We're at 15,420, up 13% from last month, because last month is when I made the shift over to 30 a day and also went on vacation. So everything jumped off a cliff, and now we're back on. As you see, all the numbers are trending upward. Everything's in the green. And so here we are, sales without offers. This is how you'll know whether your coupon or your prices are off. My sales without offers are at 31.4%, right? Up 2.8%. So if me not running the coupon or running the markdown sale was affecting me in a negative way, these numbers would not be up, right? Now, if you also look at the 35.9 of best offer, these are offers that I receive. Offers that I send are at 32.8, right? So these are very close in proximity to one another. Now, if you look at this, the 28.5%, that's up because I'm not running the coupon. I'm sending those offers out on, offers to watchers. So I'm making up the difference of not running the coupon by just sending the offer to the buyer, right? So the sales are up in that aspect because I'm not running the coupon, but more sales are happening at full price because I'm also not running the coupon. So you can look at it and be like, well, why don't you just run the coupon? Well, why don't I just let people buy it at full price, and then if they wanted it 20% off, they can accept the offer when I send it. Or if they don't want to pay that, they can continue to send the offer like they've been doing. But all of these numbers are in close comparison to one another. So if me not running the coupon or running the markdown sale was affecting me in a negative way, this sales number would be down to like 20%, 25%, or something much lower than what it's at. But instead, they're all stable, they're all in the green, so it's telling me that what I'm doing is working. As stated, I'm not telling you guys to do this. I'm not saying, hey everyone, turn off all your promotions, turn off all your sales. I'm not telling you guys to do that. I'm telling you guys what I've done in my business that's giving me the results that I'm looking for, right? With me doing all this stuff, my sales plummeted. All of September was a bad month. My lowest month of the year, $13,000 in gross sales. That's the worst month I've had all year long, right? So I'm not telling you guys, hey, go change a bunch of stuff. It's Q4, change everything. I'm not telling you guys to do that. I probably shouldn't have done it during Q4, but the good thing about it is here we are in Q4 and I'm trending upward. All the stuff that I've implemented, all the changes that I've made, I gave it the month of September to turn around and fix itself and get ready for Q4, right? So October is already off to a better start than what September was, and I'm thinking November will be better than what October was, because now I'm just solely focused on putting quality high ASP items in my store, with the minor exception of a few $15 to $18 t-shirts, because t-shirts are by far my best category in the entire store. So not going to be changing that too much. I will be leaving behind a lot of t-shirts that will sell for under $10, because that's just not the strategy moving forward. Got a couple more items. 21328. That's going to be this Under Armour camouflage hoodie. This sold for a best offer this morning of $18.75. That's a men's 2XL. Next item is 21457. This is a Toad & Company shirt. 21457. It's gonna be right here. These boxes, guys, are 32 by 8 by 8. I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine, Billy, this morning on Instagram, and he was asking what size boxes I use because he couldn't fit men's jeans in there. But as you see, here's a pair of men's jeans, where more men's jeans, they fit in there. The boxes do, you know, sometimes bow out a little bit, as you can see, but I fit jeans in here, and I'm using 10 by 13 bags for most shirts and hoodies, and sometimes I use a 12 by 15 bag for bigger items. Like this item right here is in a 12 by 15 bag, so is this one. But for the most part, all the clothing fits in 10 by 13 bags and 32 by 8 by 8 boxes, and that's how I'm able to maximize the storage space for my individual business. I know a lot of people use 9 by 12 poly bags. I don't use those. I could fit a little bit more with the 10 by 13, and then most t-shirts fit in there just fine. Sometimes there's a little excess on the side, but I'd rather be able to have a more universal bag that fits everything, and I buy these by the 1,000. So or I buy these by the 1,000. So I just buy a case of them. It's like $50 or $54 or something like that. It lasts me for a month or two, especially with me only doing 30 a day now. It has a lot more longevity, so I'm not buying them every week like I was. I was buying them, I was listing almost 400 a week, so I was buying like a box a month. Now I'm buying a box every couple of months, so much better. But anyway, this sold for $16. That's a women's extra large, and it was only listed a couple of days. And so if you guys want to get your inventory system set up like this, there's links in the description for all the products that I use as far as not shipping supplies, but as far as storage supplies goes. And there's even a coupon code down there for shipping supplies with Gyro Pack, which is where I buy my poly bags to mail items out in. So you guys can use that as well and save you a little bit of cash on your supplies. Next item is an Izod t-shirt. Not something that I'm picking up all the time, but this had a cool graphic on it. 21458. Where's that going to be at? Right here. That was literally just listed a couple of days ago too. It just says Surfside on it. That sold for best offer of $10. That was a men's 3XL. We got 21476, 21476. Stuff I love to pick up all the time is Walmart employee stuff. That sold for a best offer of $14. It had a bunch of snags on it, so I just took the offer. It's a medium, and I had it listed for, I think I listed it for $20 and accept the $14 offer on it. But it sold so quick that it doesn't even matter. This item is something everybody should be on the lookout for, which is $21,490. Champion reverse weave. This is a Columbia University Champion reverse weave sweatshirt. It's not vintage, it's just a modern one, and it sold for $40. That is a men's extra large, and it sold in a couple of days, so I probably had it undersold or underpriced, but still, Champion reverse weave is something that's going to be good for you guys. And it didn't sell on a percentage or a markdown, and it wasn't even promoted, so most of that $40 is going to go to me, minus a few cents in fees. I did have someone ask me to break down the fees, so hang on one second. So a viewer of the channel, Stacy, asked me to break down the fees for you guys. So this order total is $52.87 for this Columbia sweatshirt, right? $40 of that is the item subtotal, $8.95 is the shipping, and $3.92 is the sales tax. So then we look in here, sales tax collected from buyer, or that's eBay collected from buyer, the sales tax is $3.92, and then the selling costs are $6.18. So what you can do is you can press this button and it'll go into more. So what you can do is you can press this button, it goes into more detail, right? $6.18 of this is fees. Then you can press see fee details. So we look at here, the final value fee is $5.88. It's 12.35% of this $52.87 are seller fees, right? Final value fees. So Some clothing is 13%. I mean, I would just say this is 13% too, whatever, just round it up. And then a top rated seller discount is 10% of this $6.53 gets refunded back to me. And then obviously the $30 fee for listing the item, which brings the total cost to $6.18 of total fees on what it costs to sell an item, or this particular item, on eBay. And then the rest is going to be mine, minus the $1.54 that I paid on the item. So that's how your fees work. And I think the general people know this, but if you're not looking into what it costs to sell an item on eBay, what the percentage of your category that you sell in, what your seller discount is, you guys need to know all this stuff. And the only way that I know all this is because when I first started selling on eBay, for the whole first year, I did all of my bookkeeping line by line. So every item that I sold, I had to go in there and write down the fees, so that way I could turn it all into my accountant at the end of the year. So I got to do that with thousands of items my first year in. And doing that kind of gives you a good idea of what it costs to sell an item on eBay. So that way you know what to pay for an item. You know what items to leave back. So I don't do it that way anymore, obviously, because I have a workbook. There's a link for it down in the description. It is about to be tax time, guys, so stay on top of your numbers. If you're behind the ball, get on top of it now, because you're going to have a lot of work to do to catch up for the whole year. I personally use a workbook, Simplified Accounting Workbook. It tracks all my Poshmark numbers, tracks all my eBay numbers, and there's a link for that down in the description. And it tracks up to 8 streams of income. So I got that thing fully maxed out, so really thankful for that. But that's going to help me stay ahead of the game for this tax season coming up. So these 2 items would have been on sale for 70% off due to the old way I would have been doing things, but now I'm just not running the markdown sale, and I'm just letting items sell when they're ready to. This Pink Floyd shirt sold for $12. It's a women's extra large, and this women's American Eagle corduroy skirt also sold for 12 bucks, and it's a women's size 4. Due to the old markdown strategy, these would have been on sale for 70% off, and definitely would have sold for something that would not have been worth my time. So thankful that I'm not running the markdown sale anymore, so that way I can maximize profits. So now I'm going to jump into the Poshmark sales. Got a couple of those going out. Hopefully you guys are maximizing your profit potential by cross-listing, right? The clutch for Vendoo, guys, is use the link down below, right? First of all, save yourself 25% off on your first month, and then knock them in the head with getting the unlimited plan. If you guys sign up with Vendoo with my link, you'll save 25%, but then the unlimited plan, it's like 70 bucks a month, guys. So message them when you use my code, message them and say, hey, I'm inquiring about the unlimited plan. Tell me how I can get the unlimited plan, because it's not readily available to the public. You have to ask for it, and it's $70 a month for unlimited listings. Use my code, ask about the unlimited plan, and you're welcome. So yeah, Vendoo's definitely been coming in clutch for me, helping me cross list, making these extra additional sales on Poshmark, and I'm very thankful for it. Okay guys, these are the last items going out. We got a pair of Bonobos jeans, men's 32-32, sold on Poshmark for 30 bucks. Got a GH Bass men's 2XL flannel shirt, sold for 14 bucks. Got some Gap Slim Straight jeans, men's 32-32, sold for 25 bucks. And then we have this extremely old American Eagle sweater. Look at the SKU number, 4,592. I'm at 20, what's the newest number? 21,594. So that thing is well into almost 2 years old. So very old item. Switched it over to Poshmark and it sold within a day or two. So that's what Poshmark's come through in the clutch for. Getting rid of some old items. I'm talking about as soon as you list them too. So if you guys are sleeping on Poshmark, stop sleeping, wake up, make you some of this extra money, guys. So hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you guys are trending on your way to making the most money inside your business that you possibly can. Get you guys one of these sweatshirts, man. Let's make this cash. That's gonna do it for this one. Catch you guys on the next one. Until then, let's make this cash, guys. Peace.